This time on First Impressions, Donald J. Trump.
Look, listen. We will build a wall. The wall will be built. And then it should hopefully mean that it'll be 2 rooms instead of 1. And the Mexicans will pay for it. Ladies, gentlemen, and all other gender-specific pronouns. This is Two in the Bush. I am Shaun Howe, and as ever, I am joined by Timothy Broad.
Hello.
Tim, before we start, it's got to be your favourite segment in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Wordplay of the week,
okay.
Baby.
The one that's impossible to work out, but that's fine.
Yes.
I will try my best again.
Right, so this week,
yeah,
we have been sponsored
okay,
by an endangered animal
yep,
hugging a judge on Britain's Got Talent.
Orangutan Simon Cowell.
No. Orangutans endangered?
I assume they are.
I mean, there's one member of the species right here, but, you know.
I get it, 'cause you're ginger.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, no.
What the wordplay
so,
is...
could you repeat it, please?
Okay. It's an endangered animal
Yes.
hugging a judge on Britain's Got Talent. He's thinking. No,
An endangered species, well, there are plenty. Is it a cheetah?
no.
Elephant?
No.
Lion?
No, I'm thinking that none of those you might have mentioned are endangered. I think we'll just...
Of course they well, okay.
Cheetah might be, but...
I'm going to go for... Okay, forget it. I give up. What's the point? It's really dull anyway.
Okay. Thanks.
So I can't... It's impossible to work out.
It's Amanda Holden.
Who's Amanda Holden?
She's a judge on Britain's Got Talent. Look, I knew... I thought of the joke before I knew who she was. I just knew the name.
Right, okay.
Amanda Holden.
I get it, because it's funny, but I don't get it. But I don't watch Britain's Got Talent.
Sorry, but Tim, I don't watch Britain's Got Talent either. I just thought of the name.
Well, the most working class entertainment gets is BBC Two.
Yeah.
Let's be frank about it.
Wait, working class? Is that what you're thinking of? You're thinking middle class?
No, working class. What I'm saying is the most working class my TV gets is BBC Two.
Oh, okay. So I thought you just meant generally.
No.
Tim's mind is on higher things.
Anyway.
Now, what I will say, since we haven't done a podcast in a couple of weeks, there are a couple of things we need to clear up.
Go on then.
First of all, as you can probably see by the lack of Armageddon, there hasn't been a nuclear war, so I don't have a blonde streak in my hair.
Are you going to keep mentioning that until eventually the world does end?
No.
Or you just start getting
it was just a 2-week thing.
Oh,
it's a 2-week thing, and now I'm done with it.
I thought it was 3 week.
Well, even if it was 3 weeks, it's been 3 weeks because we missed the podcast. Didn't do one last week.
But there is a reason.
We'll go on to that in a second.
Oh, okay, fine.
The second thing is that in the last podcast we talked about the naming of storms and hurricanes and how it was a little bit dumb.
Yes, a little bit boring.
Now, unfortunately, we could, as you said, we couldn't do a podcast last week, and that was a shame because we had a prime opportunity for a storm name.
Yes.
That hit Britain.
Yes, I remember fondly.
It was Storm Eileen, to which I'm pretty sure everybody in the UK thought...
Come on, Eileen. Apart from those who lost power during the storm, and I'm sorry for those who did, and hopefully you weren't affected too badly and your lives have restored back to some form of normality.
Tim is pulling the
No, look. I remember a couple of weeks ago.
Where's the controversy, Tim? Where is it?
Yeah.
Why don't we say that he... No.
The controversy went out the window after you said the Luftwaffe are flying gas over the UK.
From that point on,
I've been a changed man, and I don't want to go into... Because there's being
that
controversial...
is an infamous moment.
One, there's being controversial and knowing it, and that making it somewhat okay, maybe. But then there's being just controversial...
Being politically correct isn't funny.
But then there's also ignorance, and you have to be careful you don't make it a stupid joke.
Well, okay, I will admit that I didn't realise that wasn't what the Germans...
Well, you should have restarted. Anyway, we're not going to go over that again, because I'm pretty sure we went over that last week. But anyway,
Well, when the
Can we discuss the big news that is?
It was Tim's birthday.
Yes, I had. Strictly, I had 3 different celebrations. I had
Because he's fancy.
really fancy. No, so I had a big kind of what's the word? I had a big party on the Thursday. I had a family do over the weekend because my brother came down and he just played some video games. Went to see the new It film, which I do highly recommend seeing.
Also, one thing I will say is Tim has an inner film critic in him.
I do like to watch my few film critic videos on YouTube. Film critic films. I don't know. Sorry, I made a mistake.
Film critic films.
I fluffed up there. Anyway,
I'd quite like to see that.
I would say I would recommend it. I'm just saying, me personally, I didn't find the clown too scary. I feel like I'm not a big fan of jump scares. I think that the more twisted horror bits are a bit.
It was a little bit odd with it because I haven't seen the film, but they did away with the kind of horror trope of not showing the monster very much until it jump scared you. They showed it all the time.
Well, the new one.
Yeah, well, a lot more than you'd expect.
Yes.
It was in all of the advertising campaigns.
And also, I found. I don't want to go too much into spoiler territory here, but I'm just saying some of the. I think for a film that I was discussing more about. I don't know. Actually, no. Maybe it was clear. I don't know. I've been thinking. Right. Maybe I should go into spoiler territory. I don't know. Basically, many of the characters, the children in this film, are going through, like, issues with like family members, and like maybe you have like the classic.
It's a great film to watch with your brother.
No, well, but the thing is, though, some of it was just a little bit like I wasn't sure if this was necessary, and you'll know what I mean. Like, I'm not going to get too specific, but the girl, like who's in the trailer, who like she's like, and there's all these like it alludes to like a romance between 2 of the characters, which obviously probably does happen. If it does happen, that's not really much of a spoiler. It doesn't really change the plot. But there's like that girl. Her family issue is very. I feel like it's too far. I feel like it's one of those things. It's just really just like I don't think this enhanced the film at all. I feel it was just very unsettling. But tell you what, if it is unsettling, then does it achieve well as being a horror film? And I think yes, but it's just I think there's come a point where like you've gone from horror's gone from sometimes the surreal and the creepy to the weird, but nowadays it's shifting towards being too real, and too like things like
the sort of thing where people in the cinema will almost see themselves in it.
Maybe. Well, maybe I think we just like this film definitely breaks down the idea of keep calm and carry on. Like these things you don't talk about, but it's very much bring them into the limelight with this film, and also this bully character. There's always a bully character who like.
Of course, there's always.
Now normally like
children in
it. With bullies, they go through the idea that maybe bullies have like what's the word they
have problems.
They have their problems of their own. This kid was just a psychopath.
Oh,
he was just a psychopath.
Was he also the clown?
No,
okay.
I'm not going to go into any of that because.
Oh, what? Oh, come on, Tim. You might as well.
Well, he's not. He's not the clown, but he is just. This kid is just crazy. And there's no reason for it. He is just mad. And he's just.
Oh.
And so I didn't like that, but I did like my brother described the name of the genre. It's basically where you see like children growing up, like
coming of age.
Coming of age films like Stand By Me. I think that's where it's. I wish that the film more focused on that area because I feel like I don't know. I've never actually read the Stephen King. Novel myself or the book, but I personally prefer the idea of the coming of age genre than I do of the horror genre. But I feel like if they would climb by, I think they did a pretty good job.
I think you definitely can merge them.
You can merge them.
It has to be very careful.
It's to do with facing your fears, kind of. But like,
and not going into sewers when a strange man claims he's got your paper boat.
Exactly. Well,
that's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer.
It wasn't a spoiler, but parts of the film I just wasn't sure about. I think, I'm going to say this now. Is it a spoiler? I feel it's right for saying this one. Not because I feel like it spoils the film as such, but it just very annoys me that this is what's filmed.
By the way, I don't mind if you go into spoilers because this isn't a film.
No, but I don't want to.
We've said spoilers enough.
No,
if
no.
anybody
This is not.
this.
I've said spoil. I haven't really said any spoiler about the plot, really, have I? I've just said about one kid being a psychopath, one thing being a bit too real, and I like the coming of age idea. The one thing that really just I did not like was right at the end of the film. Guess what it said at the end of the film? It didn't say.
Was it setting up for a sequel?
Yes, absolutely. It didn't even say the end. It just said end of chapter 1. And
dear!
And no word of lie, everybody in the film just went. Everyone like in the cinema just went. Really? Or what? Like really? What?
I did quite like the idea of it. Like everyone doing. Really?
Really?
Just like a really big sigh.
Like
even though the film was alright,
like,
it's just
it was like because like and the reason why they've done that is because I don't know if this was a part of the original like series or film of it, but they made it so. Basically the Pennywise or
the clown
didn't die at the end of the film.
Okay.
You don't see him die. Okay.
I'm right.
Which is not. I guess that is a spoiler. He doesn't die, but that kind of makes sense because he's a spirit, or like he's not exactly. He's not real. People, okay. you know, he can't be real.
I mean, that actually ruined the joke that I'd lined myself up for.
I'm sorry.
What I was going to do is I was going to say just quickly about the girl who said it might be a bit too far.
Yeah.
Does she have daddy issues? And by that I mean is her dad the clown?
No, his dad is not the clown. Her dad is not
his
the
dad.
Clown. His dad, her dad.
Is that what the issue is? She's struggling to understand her gender.
You're so just. I hate you. I hate you.
That's a legitimate issue that people deal with.
No, but the reason why is not because it's not to do. It's not to do with like an.
I'm not
it's not. It's because she's not sure who she was born as. It's because she doesn't want to be a female because she's. Fuck it, alright, I'll say it then, alright? You spoiled it. Basically,
is that actually what it is?
She has daddy issues. Her dad is a real creep.
Okay.
His dad is just a really horrible person, and he's just very creepy, and he's a police officer.
Oh dear.
And
that's...
the reason why I think is because it's very unsettling. It's like, this is a reality that does happen, and when you hear it on the news, you think... Like, some people think, oh, this wouldn't happen to me, or I'm pleased it doesn't happen to me. But when you see it in a film, you're like, that's truly what it is. Like, you don't, you're only told about it on the news, but obviously you don't see it. But this film portrayed that kind of thing that can happen. It was scary. It was horrible. And my brother found it unsettling because he used to be a primary school teacher, and this was the kind of things. These are the kind of things that he may end up seeing in the forefront.
Yeah,
that's why my brother found it particularly unsettling. I just found it unsettling.
What I love about this is that we started. We're just going to make this bit of a jolly thing about. It was Tim's birthday. You were really drunk. It's funny, and I will still talk about that because what you're like is drunk is fine. But I think we can carry on with it talk.
I mean, I liked the film. I think that there's something not right about it. I think there's just a couple of things that aren't right about it, and I think. But this is where you just know it's fine. Don't worry. I'm sure it didn't end.
Sorry, phone just went a bit weird.
It said low story. It's fine. Don't worry. It does very so often.
Yeah.
But anyway,
something about the film.
I would say just something about it is not right.
I think it could be the sort of thing where.
I think it's the fact that they've set it up for a part 2 and it's really annoying.
I believe. No, I don't know because I haven't seen the film, but I believe the original It film.
Yeah.
Happened in different parts. I believe there was a bit that went forward in time and back in time, and I think what they've done is they might have split it up.
Because I believe what the original idea was, like, they came back to combat it. If you watch the originals, I personally haven't. I think the idea is like the idea was like once you've reached a certain age, you won't see him again.
Okay.
Because he feeds off your biggest fears and nightmares. I guess children are more.
Everyone's scared of clowns.
I think he's more prone to scare like things out. Classically. But I think when you're older, like it doesn't affect you. But these like people could still see him, and they needed to come back together and kill him. But apparently, like the first bit was very good, but like after that, like the adulthood just really flopped. He went on a really weird tangent, and I'm worried that this is what the film's going to do now because.
Oh, what's it? So you're saying that you're worried that they could end up being too faithful to the film and having a whole film that doesn't quite fit.
Well, because it didn't fit. Like, it was weird. Like, I personally wish, right, the ending for me would have been something along the the film's only an hour. I say only. It's about an hour and 40 minutes long.
Okay.
Right, so it's nearly, it's getting on for nearly 2
Well,
hours.
given the
kind
fact that it's technically a horror movie, horror movies can't really go on too long because they
I feel like
start to lose their value.
Yeah, but I personally feel like the way I would have preferred it, because I just feel like if they hadn't have made it so they've set up for a second film and just put all the effort into one, maybe 2 hour film, I feel like 1 2 hour long film, they could have filled in like weak plot points or like given the characters more development. And as I said before, I do like the coming of age genre, and I wish maybe they're more. I mean, things like they can only do so much before it's not true to the novel, but
yeah,
but
it's the sort of thing where you can kind of tell it was made it was a book, because if the idea had been, if it wasn't a Stephen King novel, if the whole idea was, oh, it's a clown that kids can see and it kills you, you wouldn't have those sort of storylines. You wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have complex characters. It would just be, oh, there were some kids. Oh, there's a clown who's killing them. Oh, look at the horror. Get scared, please.
Because
it's a novel, Stephen King has to develop it and to make it a better book.
And honestly, thank you, Stephen King, for writing this. Because I feel like
Stephen.
Thank you for getting to that idea first.
She's got a very famous listener base. We've got Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Probably Jeremy Corbyn at this stage.
Yeah, maybe.
And Stephen King.
So there we go.
And Shane Lamar.
I would say out of 10, I would give the film a 7.
Yeah.
I'd say it is
Not
a good,
bad.
but
Not bad
it's just not. The thing that frustrated me the most, they've set up for a second film, and yeah, and I just think there are some things that are a bit not. But it's down to me. If you enjoy it more, I completely understand. If you're fine about the idea of part 1s and part 2s, maybe even part 3s, that's cool.
Part 4s if you're even frisky.
No, maybe. Although it goes Fast and Furious territory when they're like number 7 or 8 now, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, they're on 8. And
it's crap. Sorry, if there's a pause, I was drinking cola and I realised.
well, that's fine.
But anyway,
By the way, give us some feedback if you want us to talk about films more often, because I reckon Tim's got a whole archive of things he can talk about.
I don't see this is the thing. For somebody who likes to critique films, I don't see all that many films in comparison, because I'm very much kind of just picking and choosing with what I want to see.
That's fair enough.
I'm just trying to think of the last film I did want to see in cinemas where I did want to see Dunkirk. That was the film I did want to see, but I just never got around to it. But I saw it because my brother came down. I just thought, hey, that would be a good film to see.
That's the It film to watch, if you will. So let's go and do that.
Well, not now.
Well, obviously not now. We're not going to abandon the podcast.
Would I recommend
it?
Film? Yes. I would say overall, yes, I would recommend seeing it. I think it's just a good time. Just, I don't want to say prepare to be disappointed. Just prepare for...
It's not a slasher.
It's not a slasher, no.
It's not a slasher.
It's not a slasher. It's not... You're not going to see, Freddy versus... what was the other one? I forgot his name.
Jason?
Yeah, it's not Freddy versus Jason. It's a lot more...
Actually, I've just thought of a great idea for a crossover film. Mm-hmm. Freddy versus Freddy. Not just like a clone of them, because I imagine film... in Freddy is in Five Nights at Freddy's. They're trying to turn that into a horror film.
Are they actually going to make that? Is that meant to be a horror film?
I believe they were. They definitely were going to. It might still be doing that.
I feel like that could work.
Yeah.
The only problem I'm worried just become a slasher.
It probably would become a slasher, actually.
I hope it is to do with like one person working in this place that's haunted. It's very much based solely on this character.
Yeah. I mean, given how the suits in Five Nights at Freddy's were created, which is essentially a murderer shoving dead children into these suits and crushing them.
Yes.
That's quite gory.
Yes, I think actually they wouldn't be able to be allowed to do that. I don't think there comes a point where like.
You can only kill so many child actors until the standards agency starts to question you about it.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, good film.
Yeah.
Good film. 7, maybe even 8. Depends on.
In a way, we've talked so much about it. It feels kind of forced for me to talk about what you're like when you're drunk, because believe it or not, on the party, he did get drunk.
Oh yes, this was on the Thursday.
I don't drink. So you won't ever hear stories of
Wait,
what I'm like when I'm drunk.
I know
That's probably a good
I know
thing.
I was talking about, but before you do stick that, can we talk about what we did before we got drunk, which was, oh, pardon me,
Oh.
we went to a nice restaurant.
Yes, we did go to a restaurant. Yeah,
We went to a really nice restaurant because
good
I
meal.
like my touch of class in inverted commas.
You're a touch of class.
And also,
New single by Timothy Broad.
also, I also do like to be skint by the end of it because in all the entire alcohol and meals at the restaurant cost around nearing £300.
Really?
Very expensive.
Well, is that including the alcohol that you bought for back here?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Because I'm going to say,
everything.
Tim, you've got a... Normally, you'd kind of think that people would pay for you, but you just thought, no, I'm going to pay myself.
I just thought, I figured like...
It's very, very nice of you.
I think, one, I don't have any friends. I need people to come around. I'll be very lonely. Yeah, my dad has a weird philosophy where it feels like if it's your birthday, my parents will treat you to your own birthday, where it should be,
Wait, what?
you know, like you should be. I don't know. It's weird. My parents feel like they pay for everything. They didn't. I think they.
Oh, what? So you're saying it's a thing that's kind of carried over?
Kind of. I know, like your friends should be invited around to have a fun time, and you should be able to have a fun time, and you should all just have fun, and the parents pay for it, but you come up with the idea, kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, I kind of get what you mean. I mean, I got a steak out of it, so I'm perfectly,
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine with this philosophy.
We went to a Turkish restaurant, and it's one I had been to before, a very long time ago. But yeah, it was a really, really nice time. But yes, now you can talk about because I don't remember much of it.
No, that says a lot because Tim had got quite drunk. Now, what Tim did throughout the night, he did a couple of various things, but there was a bit of a trend.
Okay.
What he would do is, well, what often happened is he had just helped out somebody who had thrown up. So that was the amount of alcohol that was being consumed.
Just what? Only one person
person threw
there
up.
was 10 of us in total.
Only one
and
person.
one
threw up.
person threw up, and that was because I think they felt funny beforehand.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So
We probably should have.
that was their problem. No,
Yeah,
but,
that's not my problem.
But I helped them. Yeah, carry on.
And so he'd had something to do, pretty much. He's like, okay, I've got to go and help out. I've got to do this. Got to do this. And I don't know whether this is just what you're like when you're drunk normally, or whether it was a byproduct of this. But what you tended to do after that happened, you tend to dash into a room and say, I've got to do something. I've got to do something. Just looking around for anything to do, and then you just kind of. You wouldn't fall over. But just kind of lay on the floor.
Or just give up.
Yeah, it's just and stay there for about 5
people
minutes.
can't see the but. So people obviously who audio listeners are already audio listeners and
Yes.
have a visual
just-
element to this. But I would just sort of. Well, I guess I think I do remember just kind of like I'll just sort of flop.
Yeah.
I'd run in and just flop.
Everybody do the flop.
And no,
No.
we're not allowed to use that.
Are we?
No, probably not.
Can I not reference something
Maybe.
else?
No, okay, just go. Anyway,
Tim, you're too strict.
sorry. I'd walk in, and carry on.
Yeah. And also what happened is a friend of ours called Leo. Leo was there, and that was apparently the first time that he'd got properly drunk.
Yes.
Oh, he's a hoot. He's a hoot when he's drunk.
Is he? I don't
Yes,
remember.
oh, you don't remember. Well, pretty much. Leo was quite. I think the one I'm looking for is stoic.
Stoic.
He can be a bit quiet. He can be a bit
Reserved.
reserved, but that's not. He's not shy.
No.
He's just kind of keeping himself to himself, and he's still very entertaining in the meantime. But when he gets drunk, he's just really good. He's just really funny. we got him wearing cat ears and a fur tail, and got pictures of it. They're now online.
Right.
And given that Leo has just done his freshers week at university, I imagine he's been getting drunk a lot more.
Talking of which, right? No, very sorry to interrupt, right? But I've completely forgotten about. I hadn't completely forgotten. I was just thinking how I could segue this in. So Leo is a good friend of mine. Honestly, I don't want to sound weird, but I do look up to him just because he is the smart.
Is he taller than you?
We both used to go to the same sixth form as him
Yes.
for a little bit.
Well, and primary, secondary
School, right? But he was like one of the smart kids. As I tried to, and maybe once upon a time, but I just, for various reasons, I just didn't make it there. Anyway, so I do look him up some people look up to him for his like comedy factor and whatever. I look up to him for his intellect. That's how I see him. And so, as Shaun said, I was going to say he headed off to university on Sunday, and so I basically set myself a deadline. In a week, I had to get a model. Well, I decided buy a model. I ended up buying him a Saturn V rocket.
FX model, to be specific.
It's actually Revel, to even be more specific.
Okay.
Specific. Revel model. And I set myself the challenge of building it because I thought he'd be very busy working in the first year of university. And as I came to nearing completion, conversations I heard about uni and whatever, many people just saying, the first year you just get shit pissed because it doesn't count towards anything.
Is that term? Shit pissed?
Yeah.
Well, it is now, at least.
So, and I was like, maybe I didn't need to build this model after all. But I built it anyway.
Yeah, actually, that kind of reminds me of referencing another British YouTuber.
Yeah.
Didn't Dan Is Not On Fire, or Daniel Howe, as he now likes to be known, describe the first year of university as in Britain, the culture for university is to go to literally no classes and to drink so much until you're violently ill.
Pretty much. That's also probably one of the other places I received, one of my other sources where I received information about the true nature of the first year of university.
Yes.
That's when it came to light to me. So anyway, I built the model for him, and he was leaving on the Sunday. He said leaving Sunday midday.
Midday.
I completed the model, ready to give to him, and I knocked on the door at 20 to 12.
Oh dear.
20 to 12. So I was on time.
You're on time.
His older brother arrives at the door and said, "Hey, who are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm Tim. I was just dropping off a model from Leo before he goes." He said, "Yeah, he left at 9 o'clock."
Oh.
So I spent a week non-stop building a model every after college time. That's why I was busy for a week. And also,
that's actually the main reason why we didn't do a podcast last week. Because Tim was so determined to get this done.
And the reason was because I figured I may not see him, may not even come down for Christmas. I don't know how busy he's going to be because I don't know what uni's like for the first year, really. Until recently, really. So I thought I might not see him for a whole year. Potentially. So I figured that let's get it out of the way now, because also his birthday was coming up soon. It'll be a good luck, best wishes present, and also a birthday present.
Reach for the stars.
Yeah, and also also at university he's doing an aeronautical engineering course, so I figured very suitable. This was the perfect model. I built it for him on time, and I just missed him. Like honestly,
I've just had a thought.
Go on then.
Did Leo himself tell you he was going at 12?
Yeah.
Okay, because
his father picked him up at 9.
I think that was a bit weird because didn't he say he was going to Liverpool? Do you know?
Yes.
If he's setting off, I don't know whether he's getting a train or going by car. Going by car.
Yeah.
It's a long journey.
It's very long.
If he went off at 12, he'd probably have got there for like 9 o'clock in the evening.
No, not that late, surely.
Okay.
More like, I feel like, to London it's a 2-hour journey in a car, maybe even less than that.
Okay, well, yeah.
And I think to Liverpool, main roads, I think...
5-6 hours?
5-6 hours. So
okay, but when you think if it's his dad driving him there...
He's going to get him back home.
He's got to get him back as well, so...
Well, that was him. I just went off what he said, but I just missed him. But I got...
By nearly 3 hours.
But now, in hindsight, he said it's fine, totally fine. I appreciate the gesture. I think he obviously replied in the evening. And basically it just gives me the opportunity to touch up on the model a little bit. Because some of it, there's a couple of fingerprints on it from that are not very noticeable until you look up close. Like you see
you're very determined, you're very...
So
I can't think of the word.
I don't know. Have you actually seen the model close up?
Yeah. Well, I've seen it.
Should I bring it over? No, there's no point. It's for an audio-orientated show.
Yes, it's
not
really
good
much
showing this first or second stage of a Saturn V rocket.
No.
And
Actually, something that kind of was kind of funny that happened. I think this is actually on the day of your birthday. I was there around here with a couple of friends.
Before you say anything else, I don't want the audience to know my exact birthday.
Okay, I'm not going to...
Just because...
I mean, okay, that's fine.
All I've said
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, all I've said that I did something on the weekend and my birthday was on Thursday, so you can guess when my birthday was then.
But it was on the actual birthday.
Yeah.
And by coincidence, we got to see what Tim had recently been putting into his YouTube. And one of them was was Saturn V RC model. So it made me think, wait, hold on. Is Tim thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it able to fly.
To Liverpool.
Fly it to Liverpool.
So desperate to get to him. Well,
They'd be sprinting alongside trying to keep in range.
the only problem with that is, of course, is the Saturn V rocket size is a bit nerdy here. It's designed to break up into stages. That's what they do.
Is that why it's in bits now?
That's why it's in bits now, because it's, rocket, to be the most fuel efficient and just to be to be as light as possible, they break up into stages.
Yeah.
Like, the main thrusters get you out of, like, pretty much most of Earth's atmosphere, because that's where most of our dragons. It was powerful engines. But once it burns out of fuel, that detaches in a slight
and falls to the ground.
Yeah,
well,
with a parachute.
But,
with a parachute,
Yeah.
normally. Anyway, sorry, we're getting sidetracked here, but yeah.
We're getting really sidetracked because we are coming up to the half an hour mark.
You know,
and we
just
haven't
before
got to
this, I was really not in the mood to talk about things. I wasn't not in the mood until I was very not depressed.
Bit flat.
Because I've had a pretty non-eventful.
Other than the non-eventful thing of the birthday.
Yes.
But well, one of the things that we're kind of making you feel down, we'll get into in the first segment. That's a perfect segue.
Sure, go on then. But let's. But yeah, are we going to do that? No, you said
yes.
You don't want to carry on about my YouTube search.
No.
Oh no, you can talk about the other one. What about what was the one at the bottom?
The only kind of funny one was you put in Theresa May banter.
No, the reason why is because recently, there's a YouTuber that Shaun introduced me to.
Oh yeah.
Jay
Foreman.
Jay Foreman, like he did one recently
on
about question time, like
yes.
Or
Prime Minister's questions. They make the weird noise.
Yes, and they made the weird noise. And one of them was about like how the jokes were just really crap. Like I think it was like Theresa May just said, and I think that word describes his.
He goes. I think that my honourable friend has discovered this incredible,
and it's really just not funny. It's just not. And that's why I was looking for that scene.
As somebody who occasionally goes up on stage to try and make people laugh, and arguably I'm not particularly good at that, I can still tell you that's awful.
It's just, if you want comedy, you don't go for...
You don't go Tory.
You don't go Tory.
Corbyn.
No, Corbyn.
Now, finally.
Yes.
First segment.
You didn't want to talk more about my party and how I just flopped?
No.
I mean, I have things to say about my party that I do remember. The rushing thing. After my friend was sick,
Okay.
A friend. Fortunately, it was a she. So obviously, I didn't do the duty of detaching herself from her trousers that she was sick on. Okay. That was left to.
Yeah, she was sick on her trousers. By the way,
she was sick on her trousers a little bit, and mainly
also,
the bucket.
I like the fact you say detaching. As if they're like little hooks on the leg, and you have to go.
Just take them off. Right?
Or like you got a big old strap of Velcro down your thigh.
Well, thank you. Well, frankly, you can't take them off traditionally if you've got sick on them. You have to kind of slowly remove them. Otherwise,
are you saying this from experience?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Right.
I mean,
because I've been sick.
On your trousers.
Yes. So anyway, God. Sorry, you really threw me off on that one. I have been sick on my trousers. My own trousers was. I'm sure everyone.
Have you been sick on somebody else's trousers before?
No. So anyway, clean them up, and pretty much, I have to I put them in the washing machine while drunk. I had to operate a washing machine, weave them delicately between the bars of the radiator, and then I crashed in bed. I crashed the bed. I woke up in the morning. The trousers were dry. And
didn't have sick on them.
And I didn't have sick. Then
you were sick on them.
But the reason why I was running about is because there became a point where I got into the mentality of thinking there were so many things I need to do for this party to be successful that I didn't sit down and enjoy it myself. I mean, I did enjoy it, but like...
I enjoyed seeing you run about trying to think of things to do.
I also got ticked off because I just kept being kicked out of this one room. I'm like, this is my house. Everyone's having deep conversations.
Well, there was a...
Or maybe actually
where the party kind of split in twain, if you will.
Yes.
There was one group, including the person who'd been sick, where they were talking about stuff. Admittedly, I wasn't in the room, so I don't know what they were talking about. But apparently, it was quite deep conversation. And then there was the room that me and a couple other people were in, which was basically just talking nonsense, occasionally playing a bit of darts and putting electro swing on the music box.
But yeah, it was weird, and it annoyed me that happened. I didn't want things to go. Anyway, I'm ranting now.
And anyway, you're avoiding getting the first segment.
I don't want to
You could say you're beating around the bush.
Oh, you could say that.
Don't know where that phrase came from. Beating around the bush. I mean, were you trying to get like a mouse or something? Anyway.
BT, I don't know.
Our first segment,
Yeah.
finally,
Yeah.
is attempt to be interesting.
I'm just pouring myself a cola because this is a long one.
I was expecting you to kind of contribute from what I'd said there, but that's why I went quiet. But sure, attempt to be interesting is exactly what it says in the tin. We basically use it as a program to talk about anything that we might find interesting, or think the listeners could find interesting.
So basically, mine. Sorry, I've been.
You're
really
going to go first.
Honestly,
I've
I feel
decided.
I feel like I've been really self-centered this one.
It's fine.
It's because I've had many ups and downs this week. I just say I enjoyed making the model. I enjoyed the film and spending time with my parents and my brother, and I enjoyed the party.
There were some things that you didn't enjoy.
But there were some things I haven't enjoyed over the last week. Just say this is not as in like. Just very quickly, I don't mean week as in like Monday to Sunday. I mean as in week, just last 7 days.
Yes.
Last 7 days. So this is another reason why we couldn't do a podcast last week because of course we started college.
Yes.
Okay.
We had to acclimatise trying to do both at the same time.
Yes.
Which we're going to manage. Trust us.
We can be sure we can. For those loyal 5 listeners who
And
listen,
loyal-
two of them are me and you.
I mean, I listened to it in the editing process.
I listen to it sometimes afterwards just to hear how it sound. I don't really pick up much for how I can improve. Anyway. But yes, so I do. As I don't know if I've mentioned before, I do an art course. I'm on this. I got a distinction in my first year of art course. In my art course, and now I'm into the second year.
Obviously.
And I had no idea what we were going to be doing.
It was a mystery.
It was a mystery.
What could you possibly be doing this year?
And my mentality was that after at the end of the first year, where we reached our prime, we reached like our pinnacle, what we were good at the time, we would be having lessons on how to enhance our techniques and whatever, things like that, and improve. I was wrong.
Well, I mean, it could enhance the technique, but it wasn't quite in the way that you were expecting, was it?
My kind of art style is very methodical, mathematical, and engineering based.
When he grows up, wants to be an architect.
Basically wants to become an architect, which is honestly not looking very promising considering I failed maths and physics on the first year.
We'll ignore that.
But we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. But hey, try again.
Yes.
So anyway, I've decided to move on to. I did the art course, and at the end of it, I did a very architecturally based final piece, which is basically a model of a building, kind of like
Was it like something on Gallifrey?
No,
That's what your previous attempts in DT. They always used to look like something from Gallifrey.
I used to be a Doctor Who nut, but not anymore. But no, I made something more, I guess, O2 Arena-esque /
So it was a big dome with bits coming off of it.
No, it's more like, what was the O2 Arena for? It's used for conventions, arena. It's basically
concerts.
just a giant area for things to go on. And it's
I believe they do tennis in there sometimes.
Maybe sometimes, and it looks more like, and the building looked like kind of the aquatic centre in the 2012 Olympic Games.
Okay.
That's what. Anyway, that's not really the point. Is that's what I did, and that's what I'm good at, and that's what by the end of a year of doing different things like working with watercolours, acrylics, metalwork, ceramics, all that. Print work, we did a lot.
Everything.
I figured.
Well, you thought everything.
I thought we'd done everything.
Not quite.
No, it turns out that there is one part that I just overlooked. And so, as I came into college, I was ready with all my, my graphic equipment, my ruler, my protractor and compass.
Yes.
And I'm informed that we're doing life drawing.
Life drawing. You might think, life drawing, what? Is that like going and drawing things in everyday life?
Yeah, like drawing an object, like the classic...
Like drawing like an apple or something?
Because, because there is a difference between still life, which is like, the classic like pictures of drawing fruits and whatnot, and like objects on a small stool or so, the classic things like that. There's a difference between life drawing and still drawing. Life drawing is people.
People?
Normally people.
May I ask... Are these people clothed?
No.
And
so
you're not going to do much good with a ruler in that situation.
I'm afraid.
Unless it's doing some really weird things.
And so immediately, I kind of don't go into panic mode, but I'm going into... I've never done this.
I imagine your mental state was very much what you were like when you were drunk. You're like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah. and I really didn't know how to approach this because we didn't start straight away with a nudist in our classroom.
It wasn't like you walked in and your teacher was naked and like, so, class, you're wondering why I brought you here today?
You may be wondering, where are my clothes? What you should be asking is,
Where are your brushes?
where are your brushes? So, anyway.
You may also be wondering why there are 2 police officers knocking on the door.
And that is for another time. So, anyway,
Actually, quick sidetrack. Well,
Yeah.
on the way here, and when I say on the way here, I mean I was basically about 50 yards away from Tim's house.
yeah.
I saw 2 policemen running out of a house and catching someone.
Oh, did they catch him, by the way?
Yes. Don't know what he did. Don't know why it didn't look too severe, but I just thought that'd be something to put up. But anyway, back to your nude people.
Well, I can really say now that it's good news. It wasn't actually strictly on my street; it was on the next street along.
Technically, because
Well, it was.
Well, yeah, but it's just
Hey, it's not on my street.
not my problem.
Not my problem. My street, I still claim, is the last of the civilized houses in Hastings. But that's just another time for my inverted snobbery.
Yes.
So anyway, the nudist, the nude.
Well, not necessarily a nudist, but somebody who was
the life
willing
during
to be...
subject doing. I had no idea how to approach this. I've never done. And the first thing they said was, what we're going to teach you is how to measure using a pencil and your thumb. The classic thing that
I've
artists
got a
do.
ruler right here.
And basically, the idea is, I don't want to go too deep. The idea is simple. You extend your arm out with the pencil clasped in your hand,
Yes.
and basically you measure the distance between the top of the pencil and your thumb, and that distance should, from the perspective, should be the size of their head, right?
Okay.
The height of their head, and from that you use that to measure the body.
And therefore get it all in proportion.
Yes, and it was basically testing. We're basically building up slowly to get better at drawing people. That's in essence, like getting proportions right and everything. And for me, this is incredibly difficult because I've just heavily relied on.
You don't want to draw people for a start.
I don't want to draw people. I draw buildings and vehicles and all that jazz. And
Yeah. Angular.
all my life, I haven't been doing
You haven't been drawing
women
or men.
or men. Oh, we'll get to that in a bit.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So now the first life drawing lesson, it wasn't going well at first, but it got better. Because I first it was like the sun. Oh my god, there's a naked lady in the centre of the lake, and people thought it'd be awkward because like she may be like really old and whatever. Because apparently they're not allowed to have younger people.
I can kind of understand that.
Yes, because then you're going to be. But
I don't necessarily agree with it, but
no,
I kind of
but anyway,
understand
it was about
that.
a 50-year-old, maybe like just over middle age woman,
Yeah.
and it was all right. She was because I can actually knew that for many of us this was our first time of doing this. So she was just very relaxed, like she didn't, but also at the same time she was when like the sessions, like we should do like half an hour and then change pose, but we'd have a mini break in between things to reflect, and she'd come round. Don't worry, she's wearing clothes by this point. She puts on like a dressing gown. She comes around and she like talks about her work, and it helps us like to engage and feel not so awkward, right?
So, sorry, I hate to interrupt.
Yes.
I don't know why, but there's something about the wording you use. Had a mini break to reflect.
Reflect upon like how our work is going.
How did I get to this place?
How did I get here?
How did I get to drawing somebody who was naked and who is presumably somebody's mother?
I don't. But it wasn't. But the thing, it wasn't. It wasn't awkward. I found it at first. It was a little, but like afterwards, people got like, it wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it was. But you know, I was happy-ish. Like as happy as you can be first. I mean, I wasn't happy with my drawing, although I did produce a pretty good one at the end. But
yeah.
I struggled, and we got through it. The next lesson we did was something very boring and just I don't even remember. But then after that, this week, on the Monday.
Yes.
Actually, no, I'm going to say Monday was my birthday.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, right, we got the life drawing out of the way. No, we continued on to Monday,
Oh.
and this time we had a male model.
Okay.
And
Was he as I don't know if comforting is the right word,
No.
but Oh.
It was incredibly awkward. The tone had changed completely. And it's crazy thing that all it takes is just simply a change of person and everything just goes out of the window. Because she was just had a friendly face. She just had and also like the way my mum described it is that people have interesting bodies, like not as like a weird way. It's hard to explain. Like you have some people like who look interesting and like you could there's a story behind it and you think more about that than
okay.
I don't know. Like they just seem to be more.
Why did they get that tattoo there?
But like there becomes a point where you almost forget like there's a naked woman there. You just forget.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
A person.
It's a person I'm drawing.
It's a person drawing. This person just seemed to have
nipples.
This man had just seemed to have very much wasn't there to try and be comforting. Was he? He was very much just there to be.
The sort of thing where he was getting paid. Like,
very much so, absolutely. Like he very much seemed like he wasn't too fussed about it. He was just doing because like in between each like 30 minutes, he would just walk out of the class. Also, he had his dressing gown on.
Okay.
But like he'd walk out of the classroom and just wait, and it was very awkward. And it just made things. Someone said like I just couldn't do it, and I just broke down because I was just thinking, one, I'm doing something I'm not used to, and two, I'm doing it with one of the least like. I don't know how to describe it. It was just dull.
Dull.
Like, for example, like he just came across as just having like. I don't know. It just seemed like it was very hard to engage with this person. Like the lady was easy to engage to. She was comfy. It was a nice
being supportive.
But with him, it was very much just like just came across not
almost as if you like you went to look and try and compare like the size of the head with the thumb and the pencil, and he's just looking at you like what.
Oh, I didn't actually ever, but I just couldn't do it. I just found it too awkward and just like, and it was very hard. I was feeling very uncomfortable about it, and I just couldn't do it. And so I left the classroom and went. Well, strictly I went round like because the classroom had divided up into kind of two sections.
So you just
so I went round into this other section, just did writing, and then the teacher came and just like, "Oh, you're right, John." I just can't do it. Like I don't know why, and it's just. And people could say, "Am I being sexist?" Maybe I'm not really. I mean, no, I'm not actually. Well, I just prefer. I'm not saying that every woman will be as like easy to draw, but like she was just a brilliant just starting point for someone who's never done it before. So now going on to someone who's just very just. And
actually, quick side note on that. We also know somebody else who's in the who's doing that course. However, when they were doing it, they had it kind of the opposite because this is before Monday.
Yeah.
And they said they had to draw a man for the first time.
I think it might have been the same person.
Might have been. And they said, and they were talking about it, and they said, but I was surprised about it because he. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but he it was weird because he had got another big penis. And I was like, I mean, I understand why you're confused by that, but surely the bloke would. If he's like, okay, I've now got to show my naked body to several teenagers that I don't know, you'd want to be confident in yourself in that situation, would you not?
No.
No.
I'm sorry about that.
Did this bloke? Everyone's thinking, did this bloke have a big penis?
I didn't look. I actually didn't look.
Did you really?
No, I walked out.
You can be honest here.
No, I walked out the class.
Oh, what, straight away?
I pretty much was like...
So he didn't have a chance?
So the first pose we had was like him... He was sitting on a... he obviously... Imagine like the classroom is set out like pretty much everybody's in a giant oval.
Okay.
He's in the centre of the oval, and also he can only be in one position for 30 minutes. So we had like the back, and just by seeing the back, I was just like, I can't do this.
Wait, hold on. The back.
Him sitting on a chair, but it's just
hold on.
Yeah.
You said he was kind of not being. He wasn't being very supportive. How could you tell? You couldn't see his face.
But like no, but the thing I'm saying, like he just left the classroom after like the modelling, and I just for 30 minutes.
You left.
And it was just like 20 minutes. I was just like, I can't do this.
Maybe he just didn't like you.
No. But I just So I don't want to go. Really just not a really fun way to start your birthday.
No.
And then it came round.
Seeing a naked man on the start of your birthday can be a good way to start your birthday. It just depends on the context.
It depends on the context. But I just couldn't. I just wasn't. It wasn't. And beforehand, I was talking about another kind of not traumatic, but something.
Another semi.
A situation was on my birthday day.
Day.
But yeah, birthday, and it was basically when I was in my secondary school. And I was made to look like a fool and during PE, and maybe I didn't help myself, but certainly
having heard the story, I mean, I don't know if you will want to share it, but it was kind of.
In essence, I'm not a sporty person,
Can I explain it?
No, I want to. You can
I
explain.
haven't
it,
really been talking much.
Sure, sorry, I have gone off on one.
Pretty much, Tim was. He was in PE, and they didn't have much else better to do than just.
We'd only just started in the year, by the way.
Yeah, so it's a bit weird. But they just thought, "Oh, just play football."
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing being learned. Just play some football. And Tim is not a football man.
No.
And he was with the team, and they just said, "Oh, just put Tim in goal,"
Mm-hmm.
which I think is a bit. Which personally, as somebody who does like football and has been in the situation a decent amount of times, you do not want to put somebody who's not interested in football in goal.
Yes,
they're not going to help you.
Especially by the rules and factors, it's like golden goal. Whoever gets the goal.
Yeah, that's really not going to help you. But anyway, what had happened is the ball had come to Tim.
Yeah.
And he was thinking, right, who do I pass it to? And what was important to note is Tim was not interested at all.
No.
To the point where he hadn't really paid attention to who was on what team.
Correct.
So when he had,
but the thing about here's in my defence, right? The PE kit, the old PE kit in our secondary school was our houses, right?
Oh yes,
was the houses colour.
I had forgotten about that.
So like there was, I think at that time there obviously still are 8 houses. I mean, some have been fused together, but you kept your old.
Yeah,
let's just say there are 8 different colours on the field, okay? But they have no correlation to whatsoever of the team.
There were no
There's
bibs.
No bibs, just. I think the difference was your PE kit was either inside out or not. And if it's just blue on either side, the same shade of blue, the only difference is you make this like change on like.
Didn't they used to have like a white stripe on the inside?
I don't
mine
know.
did.
I don't know.
Maybe they just ran out of ink or something. But anyway.
But yeah, the point is.
So Tim did not pay attention to who it was, and it was very hard to tell who was on his team. And when he was on the book, when he heard somebody say, "Tim, pass it to me,"
Yeah.
he thought,
I looked at them.
"Asking you shall receive."
I looked at them, and nobody said anything. Apart from them, they were smiling at me, right? I should have picked it up when they were smiling at me. But nobody said anything on either team. So carry on.
I think you can all see where this is going. He passed it to him, and shock horror, he wasn't part of the same team. And had essentially given him a free goal.
I pretty much gave him a penalty.
If anything, it's more than a penalty, because I imagine you weren't... Were you on the goal line?
I was in the goal.
No, okay, Tim. Where the... Well, I don't know if...
I'm standing between the 2 cones.
Okay, you're standing between the 2 cones. So, it was essentially a penalty. Because I was thinking if you were a tad bit forward, then that's even worse than a penalty because you're further out.
I probably had to step a little bit forward, so obviously I could reach whoever.
Oh yeah. So, and everyone started laughing at him.
And that was on my birthday.
What I will say is, I realise it sounds like I'm running my defence here. I had no idea this has happened until Tim told me today. I was not in the same PE class as Tim, so I was not laughing at him.
No, but it was just god awful. And after that,
just rage quitted.
I've had just a really unfortunate luck when it comes to birthdays falling onto like just really shit things that go on. Like, so I
really what I should have done is I should have said, and that Tim could not tell who was on which team. So when he heard somebody say, "Hey Tim, pass the ball to me," he thought, "Okay, I'll pass the ball to him." He passed the ball to him, and he was naked.
No, it's just like, but yeah.
The only way of telling was what one was inside. No.
And my friend, the friend who had the class, actually on his side, they're in a different like class, but they had the same.
Socially.
So like, they're in my social group, not in the same class, but they had the same lesson.
Okay,
They said they obviously had the male model before us, and they said it was awkward.
Yeah.
And they also said when they had the female model, it was a lot nicer.
Ah, okay.
Now I don't know. So it's not just me just being a wimp, and all the class is just coincidence. No, on both occasions, like people just didn't like the male model because something wasn't very comforting about. Just like there was just something like he just saying came across. Oh, maybe me personally, I just find more
Yeah.
like if I ever have, I guess whenever I have like when I ever have like a problem, I'll generally talk to my mum before I talk to my dad because I just see my.
Oh, that's fair.
That's just how I see things. But anyway, let's not go too deep. That's obviously personal territory. But anyway, that was my.
I feel like Tim. So far, you've actually, because we've missed the podcast. You've had 2 weeks worth of podcast building up, and I've only been doing one so far. So
I do apologise.
I need to talk more.
We're at 50.
Hi, viewers.
Hi, this is also Shaun.
I'm
House.
here.
This is Shaun House podcast. I'm merely the permanent guest, like Alan Davis and Stephen Fry.
In many ways, we are, because actually, I'm not going to do that.
No.
Anyway, finally, my attempt to be interesting.
Yep.
When we consider we're about halfway through, we're about to half an hour rather, and you've finished your attempt to be interesting, and it's 54 minutes.
Yes, this is going to be a long one.
Oh boy, we're pushing the boat out here. We're following
I'm
the
going
trend.
to be saying less things from now on. I think.
No, you don't need to say less things. I was just saying that I may need to say more.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my problem, not yours. Now, my attempt to be interesting was actually inspired by an information that I haven't actually named on this podcast before. It's being another podcast called Luke and Pete Show.
Okay.
What they had done is in an episode, I think it was a couple last weeks, they at one point they were talking about love hearts.
As in the shape of it.
No, as in the sweet.
Oh.
And they had they come across but it was actually quite funny because love hearts originally, and they I believe they originated from sweets called conversation lozenges.
Weird.
I know it's a very Victorian thing, but we move on. And what they found is they noticed there was a time in 2014, I think, where they'd brought out new messages on the love hearts. A couple of these include YOLO.
Oh, I know love. Sorry, are you talking about the candy?
Yeah.
Not as in like the Haribo love hearts. You're talking
No.
about
The
candy ones. Yes.
YOLO. YOLO. This was late 2014. I don't think that was the thing even then.
No.
But anyway, tweet me.
Right.
Skype me.
Yep.
Hot Wheels. I don't know why. And my particular favourite,
Yes.
swipe right. And the reason I like this one is because now I don't use Tinder, and I believe that swiping right is saying, oh yes, I've just seen your face and I want to go and have sex with you, and not knowing anything about your personality or your interests, because that's a healthy way to start a relationship.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's besides the point. What my problem is that surely by the point that you're with this girl and you're giving her love hearts, which is presumably about 10 months in, and all of the romance is actually dead and you're trying to force something out of it, so you go to the nearest corner shop and see what you get here. Surely you would have already swiped right.
Oh, I was about to say. This says a lot about your insight into relationships. It's all dead within 10 months, and you're just trying.
10 months is lucky. That's a long old time.
What's the grand total for you? Oh, that's no.
Well, I'll give it to you.
No. Sorry.
I won't say how. If you want my combined time of what times I've been in relationships, I won't give you the exact, but I'll tell you what, it's not in months or years.
It's not in either.
No.
So,
but anyway, this inspired me to try and find other brands who've tried to kind of like modernise or rebrand themselves.
Okay.
And it being either cringy or awful, because this is not good. I do not want a love heart with "tweet me" on it, and Tim, you're putting your hand up. There's no.
Sorry.
Have you thought of one?
No. It reminds me because fuck, I just said a name. Sorry.
No, you can say
Okay. A friend who went to a party. I remember we said it doesn't matter about the name.
No,
we agreed not to say it a second. Her name's Lexi. She brought some of those love hearts things just as sweet.
Oh,
and one of them said, right, say no. It
How
said,
romantic.
just say no. And I know why. It's because I think the reason why is because obviously unfortunately, like rape is a thing, and like forced things to be doing is a thing.
So you're saying that
Well,
love hearts decided, okay,
they became PC.
We're going to.
They became more not blind love like in the past. People said, love is love and everything's fantastic. The reality is like
So what do you think is the best way of appealing to people
I think
who
he
are in
said just
abusive
say no.
relationships?
I think he said just say no.
Yeah. It's kind of that's weird. Oh yeah, it's been a while since we've had a jump in the podcast. I mean, it's not.
It's not
Because
like
we had two last episode, I think.
one day my parents may just go away. No, not go away. Maybe they may just
Why are we not
realise.
doing this in my house? I'm home alone.
No, the reason why is because this room just has better audio quality, I think.
Well,
We established
fair
this.
enough.
This has quite good audio quality. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
We were talking about love hearts.
Yeah, where did you get to?
I don't know at what point I'm going to cut out because that's obviously post. But I was going to talk about more brands that had awful attempts to try and be we're really cool and modern and
They've rebranded themselves.
yeah, basically rebrands. But I put it as modern because of what I got the inspiration from.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going to start with New Coke.
A new Coke.
To hold a debacle with that, because I can't remember when.
You're not talking about the water thing, are we? Because we spoke about
No. That's something else. That's
Sorry, yeah, when they may just tap when they just got water out of that pump in Peckham.
yeah, that's for something else. But anyway, I think it was the mid-80s. Coca-Cola did some audience a market research rather,
Market research, yep.
and they discovered that in a pinch, their results the audience seemed to prefer the kind of sweeter taste of Pepsi over normal Coca-Cola, which, funnily enough, we're drinking now. But
Yes, I mean, thing is though, I'm all going to say is now from this market research, sounds like they're correct because Coca-Cola is still the most popular drink in the world.
I know, but people were saying that they might prefer the taste of Pepsi. So what they decided, they thought, right, what we will do is we can simultaneously adjust to the public's demand, and because of the strength of our brand, we can take people away from regularly drinking Pepsi to drinking us.
Go on then.
And they launched New Coke.
New Coke.
It was much sweet, very very close to Pepsi. It was a sweeter, and it was. Now, hypothetically, it should have done well.
Was it just called New Coke?
Yes, but it didn't do well.
What happened?
At first, people they didn't really brand them too much as New Coke. They just had a tiny little new thing in the corner of the can. Well, not corner.
So
of
it
the
just
can.
looked like new.
Out of corners.
So rather than being whole new thing, it was just maybe a slightly adjusted flavour.
Well, it was a bit more than slight, but yes. And people had noticed the change. The problem is that whether or not the public preferred the sweeter taste of Coke, the sweeter taste was irrelevant, because all this made them do was miss the old one.
Oh.
So what ended up happening is I believe there was a point where there were some shops that still had old cans of Coke in it, and they were actually selling them for like a lot more than what they originally
Because
were.
they thought it was never going to come back.
Yeah, and eventually Coke said, "Okay, right, we're going to have to do something about this," and they ended up. This is my particular favourite. Is they ended up bringing back Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But they decided to persist. They persisted with New Coke for a while.
Okay.
And at one point, I think in the mid-90s, and yes, it got to the mid-90s, they decided to rebrand that as Coke 2.
Coke 2?
Coke 2, Electric Boogaloo. And it was discontinued shortly thereafter.
How come? Just because nobody wanted it?
No. And I think what sums it up was that they decided to give this thing a massive endorsement from a celebrity at the time.
Go on then, who was
The
that?
celebrity they chose was Bill Cosby. In many ways, he's very similar because at first it seems great.
Yeah.
But then as things pop up over time, it's like, oh no, oh dear, this isn't nice.
Oh dear.
Do you know what Bill Cosby did? Well, he was a TV personality in America.
Oh
and,
no.
And then he was accused of sexual assault.
Okay, when was this?
I don't know, but what I can remember is that Bill Cosby's response to this was basically saying nothing. There's no press release or anything. He just didn't say anything.
He just was.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But anyway,
I mean, it's weird because like Coca-Cola, by the sounds of it, have a habit of trying to.
they want to reinvent the wheel, but the wheel's good enough as is, and,
Like,
people,
for
and then
example,
people miss old wheels.
So like they have.
Not as
So now
comfortable.
Coca-Cola have kind of two alternative now. Sorry, two like.
Oh, yeah. They do
Well, they have Coke. There's normal
they have
Coke.
they have
Diet
Diet
Coke, which has
Coke.
always been a staple.
And Coke Zero.
You've forgotten one as well.
Have I?
Yeah, that everybody forgets about.
What, are you talking about Coke Life?
Yeah.
They've discontinued that.
Oh, they
I'm
discontinued.
pretty sure they have anyway.
Because
I haven't seen it in shops.
it still appears in the adverts.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Because in the advert it has like.
It has
Coke-
4 bottles and it's like red for normal Coke,
And there
silver
was
for
green,
Coke
though.
Black. There was green, but the green's not in it anymore. They've just got rid of it.
They've got rid of Coke. Because what
It was
was
awful.
it? Was it meant to be like a more organic thing? Or
I
something?
think the idea was that it was all completely natural.
Right.
It just didn't work.
No, it was rubbish. It was really watery.
I mean, for a start, carbonated water isn't natural.
No,
I don't think it is anyway.
you're starting wrong. Okay.
Yeah, but you know,
But I remember right. So the only ones I feel like, I mean, I don't know how many flavors in the UK now. There's Coke, Diet, Max. What is Max? There's no sugar.
oh, what, you mean zero? You
Sorry,
get
Coke
confused
Zero,
with Pepsi.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think zero is zero
sugar. You have vanilla and cherry. They're the only ones in the UK, right?
Yeah,
There may be another one. I can't remember.
don't know.
But they're like the ones in the UK. But it's so bizarre. It's just I don't understand the need for any more.
well,
I mean, America have different flavors. I think they may even have orange flavoured Coke. I believe, in America.
all I know is that some Burger Kings have those amazing Coke machines that have like all of the flavours you could ever possibly want in your
across
life.
the country.
We get-
Across the world, rather. Sorry.
Well, where you've got like you have got orange. There's even I think there is one which is both. You can get in that machine cherry vanilla.
Yeah, the thing is, here's a thought though: is that more the fact that it's all these great flavours, all the fact that they're just not very good at cleaning the machines.
No,
So you get a bit of everything. A bit of Fanta and Coke. Oh, I know, it's an orange Coca-Cola. I swear.
Yeah.
It's not just really bad quality cleaning. I promise.
Oh, we want a raspberry flavour. What we do? We've got this kitchen cleaner that's got a raspberry scent. Oh, put that in. Put that in. That'll do.
Oh, I just say you want Coke Life. Well, we'll just dip the thing in water. We'll just water down our Coke.
Wait. That fairy liquid you've got. Is that apple? I've got an idea, lads.
It's just on. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I hope I didn't take away from the line.
I've got a couple of things.
Go on.
No, so let's see this. Do you know of the television channel Sci-Fi?
Just say there's a lot of mini things in your attempt to be interesting. You've had the hearts, the Coke.
Yeah, I
went for one big one.
I'll put the effort in.
Fair enough. Yeah. So.
Right, are you aware of the TV channel Sci-Fi?
Is it the Sky one? Sky.
No, it's not Sky.
Because Sky now have like a sci-fi.
Sci-Fi.
Yeah, it's called Sky-Fi.
Is it actually called that?
I assume so. Yeah.
Well,
But
anyway.
no, I do not.
Well, it's an American TV channel, and they don't actually show a lot of sci-fi, but they don't exclusively show science fiction.
Okay.
But that's obviously what they started with. And what they decided to do is they actually decided to slightly change their name a couple of years back.
Yes.
To seem more kind of friendly on the eyes when putting font. They changed it from the standard spelling of sci-fi, which is
Is it? Well, I'm not great at spelling, but is it SCI-FI?
yes. Well, it's a space, but yeah,
Or
it can be
dash,
dash, but
yeah.
yeah. And they decided to change this to SYFY with no space
SY.
to say sci-fi.
Something.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
what they didn't realise is people wouldn't call this it's not pronounced sci-fi, and neither is it called shufia. It's siffy,
Siffy.
and siffy is a slang term for syphilis.
I thought so. I was thinking,
Siffy, who ever heard that before?
Huh.
No, yes, it was a doctor. A couple of days
No,
back.
yes, the doctor said it the other day. It's a slur.
Yes. Just one quick Urban Dictionary, people. Come on.
Fair enough.
I mean,
So-
I'm hoping that you've got a thing where you don't understand syphilis, because that would be really. But anyway,
For those who are affected by syphilis,
Unlucky.
I'm sorry.
I mean, be a bit more careful.
Just be careful. I'm sorry, but I think there's a cure.
Probably is. Yeah.
Anyway, let's
Good
not.
luck. Good luck with the cold sore.
Anyway, carry on. Carry on.
No, well, I'm going to actually write this as I've wrote it in my notes.
Yep. Did you say wrote it in your notes?
Written it.
There you go.
Okay. In a desperate attempt to stay relevant,
Yes.
MySpace decided to change their logo to from just MySpace
Yeah.
to my,
Yep.
followed by a space bar icon.
Isn't that just nothing?
It's like imagine like a square bracket, but it's been kind of flipped 90 degrees. So it's
A square bracket.
been
Oh, okay, yeah, I see, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Two square brackets. Oh, no,
No,
no.
it's one.
Just one, yeah, another one.
but no one cared.
Fair enough. I mean, fair enough, because MySpace died a very long time ago.
Yes, and although not necessarily as such, I just found this when I was researching.
Yeah.
Calvin Klein have tried to get attention on their fashion.
Mainly underwear. And
Well,
deodorant.
yeah, but they've got fashion as well, and they decided to do this throughout the years by having adverts that implied amateur pornography, gang rape, and dead women.
What?
I know.
Explain?
Well, it's kind of it's the way it's like still images, and it's the way that they've been, the way that they look.
Oh.
It's the sort of thing where it's well, basically, don't do that if you're an advertiser. That's not going to get you many fans.
I mean, talking of which, it's about the rebranding. We heard, Thompson, is it Thompson Cook? Thompson, well, the plane company that have like the smiley face as their logo. I
I
think.
don't think it's a plane company. I think it's a holiday company.
Holiday
But,
company.
Yeah.
They've rebranded themselves.
Have they?
Yeah, it's really weird you brought this up. I was about to look it up on my phone because that's being used for recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, look up the Thompson Cook rebranding. Maybe even advert. It's so weird.
Oh,
I don't. Yeah.
Forgive me.
Yes.
You called me up on the ropes, so I'm going to call you up on this. You didn't say rebranding.
What did I say?
You
Branding.
said rebranding.
Maybe
Right, we need to sell this French cheese. What are we going to do? We need to get advertisers to it.
rebrand. Apologies. I must just that. Yep. Flubber. It must just me flubbing my words.
Flubbing your words.
I
Thompson,
probably need to
Is it
go
Thompson
to
Cook?
Queen's English School up in
London.
London. Oh, blimey, governor.
What am I doing? Logo. Thompson Cook logo.
Yes, or like
I can remember
branding.
the old one, which was a smiley face, used to be on football kits all the time.
They've changed it now.
Um,
And I'm pretty sure I saw it actually.
I've just realised I meant Thomas Cook, not Thompson Cook.
So who's Thompson Cook?
I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know. Maybe it's.
Let's not force
Oh
a joke.
God, I've just. No, I can't think of any jokes.
Don't
with
worry about
Thompson.
it. Don't worry about it.
No.
Sorry, have you seen the new logo? Or the new branding thing?
No, because I ended up accidentally. I clicked on something and it. Well, my phone lagged,
Yeah.
and it was on the a logo for a Melbourne-based company,
Right.
Melbourne recruitment company, I believe, called Thompson Cook. And then because I clicked it, that ended up going on to a link to that website. So I had to go
As he
back.
lost call now.
No, because I'm
We
determined.
don't want to stall for too long, but I just say, yeah, they've rebranded themselves. I just don't think it's a bit weird. It's like a weird try. I don't know. They've tried to be edgy with their pronouncing and spelling, much like sci-fi.
What? What do you mean?
I don't know. You'll see for yourself.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe it's not. Fuck. No. No, what was it?
If it's not Thomas Cook, then it's a lost cause.
No, who is it?
Well, who do holidays?
Yes. They have a smiley face in their logo.
Amazon?
No,
Um,
it's not LG.
no.
I'm pretty sure it was a flying company.
Is it in the high street?
Might be. I don't know.
I don't know why I said that. Actually, it makes it more confusing.
Tell you what, maybe it is a lost
Let's
cause. I'm
let's
sorry.
forget about
But yeah,
it.
they've rebranded themselves, and it's very weird. I just don't.
Very, very weird.
I'll keep on thinking about it, not too much. Because, by the way, it's getting dark, and I can't really see my notes at this moment, so I may have to just go and turn on the light.
Okay, so Tim is... Right.
I also need a wee, but I can hold that one in.
I mean,
Sorry.
funnily enough, likewise.
All right, sorry, pardon.
More bladder updates next week.
More butter updates next week after we finish the second bottle of Coke because there was too much to drink after, and we still have
We still have...
pretty much two.
I've got...
This is after the party with just so much drink left. Anyway,
Anyway,
let's carry on.
shall we move on to the next segment?
Yeah, go on then.
Next segment, I actually don't know if you've got anything prepared for this one, but it's
I do.
almost satire.
You know what I was going to do? The news thing.
Well, yeah, that's
And
just a general.
I'm going to keep mine brief.
Well, almost satire, just for people who don't know, we take something from the news and we decide to warp it to try and make it funny.
Right.
Because news is depressing these days.
Yes, well, I'm not sure.
Or something that's almost interesting for
maybe not even
podcast medium.
Well, as earlier I was talking about, I'm one for more science and maths behind my things. I decided to, rather than talking about the North Korean drama at the moment, drama's really the wrong
Make it
word.
sound like YouTube drama.
Well, frankly, if it's Donald Trump doing diplomacy, it is more Twitter
I'm
drama
just
than
imagining
anything else.
Keemstar trying to settle kind of global concepts. So, what's up, world nation? This is so the issue we have today is we've got North Korea, big country, over 1 million population. It's
Hang on, who's this person going to use?
Keemstar. Do you not remember drama on that?
No, I can't.
Really?
No.
It was like really not okay.
Sorry, I just stay away from those kind of things. Sorry, apologies.
Okay, fair enough.
Was it controversial?
Kind of. But in itself, it was a channel dedicated to covering beef between YouTubers.
Oh, crap! That just sounds.
It got views at the time.
And let me guess, nobody watches it anymore because it's just.
Well,
is it like Watch Mojo where people
some people
realise?
probably do, but
Is it like YouTube? It's like Watch Mojo where people realise this is just crap.
yeah,
They've run out of ideas and it's just stirring up
It's not
shit.
really ideas.
And it's just stirring up shit.
It's not as if he's telling YouTubers, "Hey, make a joke about
Anyway,
my mum."
as I'm one for science and things like that, I didn't talk about the North Korean troubles or firing missiles or anything, or hurricanes that are still going on as we are speaking.
Yeah,
They seem to just be one after the other.
You see, this is the struggle that we have because we've often, as I said, news can be upsetting. It can be a bit,
Yeah.
But often, what we try and do is we try and get stories that have a lighter side,
Yes.
and then focus on that lighter side. We haven't really been able to do that.
No, because in the last
everything's shit
everything's just been so we can't make any
right now. I'll tell you what I think sums it up. It's a quote from Vince McMahon of the WWE, and it wasn't actually an actual quote. It was just something he said in the ring as his character, and here's the basic fact: life sucks, and then you die.
I think I've heard that one. I mean, it's true. So you can't for example, there are some things in the news that you can make jokes of. I mean, maybe it might be a little dark humour, but maybe not.
But what we had recently, we've had hurricanes, we've had potential nuclear war,
We've had a terrorist attack in London,
what can we do?
and also a potential one that was on the I think it was the M1 yesterday.
Oh
where,
yes, there's the
a bag was just leaking. I think it was acid. I think it was a hydrocarbon.
People thought it was a bomb.
Well, I'd explain so because it would be because the one that was in the tube didn't make a massive bang. It made a fireball, but not it didn't go
Yeah.
So no, I don't think anybody died from that. But I can imagine obviously people.
Obviously, we're very badly burned.
Anyway, but so I guess it's kind of a lighter one, maybe not necessarily. Maybe it can be humorous. There we go. It's up to you. So here we go. So I decided to do one about Cassini. For those who don't know, it was the satellite that was I think it was orbiting Saturn.
Orbiting Saturn, and it was taking pictures of it and its moons.
Yes, and recently
Been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, I think it was, I don't know how many years now.
Several years at least.
So I think it was over a decade, maybe 2 decades or whatever.
It's had a good life.
It's had a very good. And so recently they ploughed it into Saturn, just because they ran out of fuel and it had become obsolete. So I guess my question is to you: what things do you hate so much that you want to fly into Saturn?
Oh, is that what your answer? I
guess.
thought your question was if you had to send off a satellite, what would you do?
No, I just think what general thing would you want to fly into Saturn?
Well, the thing is, though, I don't think it's the sort of thing where it's you hate it so much you want to fly into Saturn, because I think flying into Saturn isn't too bad. It's something that you kind of want to go away, but you kind of almost respect that you can fly them into Saturn.
Oh, because it's like when you bin something, you're like, yes, I want to get rid of it, but then you think about it, it's just going to go into a landfill and scar on the planet. It's like it has bigger consequences.
So almost it's the sort of thing where
it's still depressing.
Is there something sentimental that you want?
I don't know, maybe like
fly into?
What would you like to send into the stars?
Shoot off into the stars.
What would you like to what legacy of yours would you like to send off into the stars? Let's say
if
much
I
like
was given the opportunity to
Voyager
shoot
1
anything
and
into
Voyager
deep
2,
space,
yeah, like much like
traveling towards alien civilizations.
well, Voyager
and
1 and
it
Voyager
had
2.
to represent me.
Yes.
What would I send?
Yes. I mean, you know Voyager 1 and Voyager 2?
Yes, I know.
They were
that.
like
Of course I do.
they were the two satellites that originally took pictures of Pluto. I think they pretty much took of all
Yes.
the planets.
Well, only one of them took pictures of Pluto because one of them did a bit of a weird.
They sent it off
I think
to do
Voyager
something
1
else. I think
ended up getting hurled away because of the route assigned.
they did something. I don't know what they wanted to capture. I think maybe like extra pictures of Jupiter's moons or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So, but anyway,
But if so, you're asking me if there's
one item.
what represents me?
yes, it may be a picture of a video recording, our podcast, the aliens to watch for anything, anything physical, audio, visual,
Whatever it might be. Ooh, that's quite a hard question.
And by the way, and just to know that this object will never just say it's well no we'll have it like much like the satellites. There's a chance it may be picked up by another civilization. It may be a chance of your last legacy, or it may be indeed a chance where it might just crash into a meteorite, and that'll be it. But what thing would you send to the stars for Destiny to decide its fate?
I think I would send something that's about space into space. Make it a bit confusing.
A mirror?
Not necessarily a mirror. My thinking is it could be something that's very heavily based on, maybe say, I don't know, like a model of the SS Enterprise. Or think things that have named after celestial bodies.
And you feel like this was representing
Pokemon
you?
Sun and Moon.
Oh, so you're going for something that represents...
So something to kind of confuse the aliens because they're like, wait, who's this by? Because his name is after
So you're
celestial
sending
bodies.
this not to represent you, but to more represent your sense of humour.
Yeah.
I admire that.
I mean, I literally all I am is my sense of humour.
Fair enough. It's a big...
And
I need Matt's subpart, let's be frank about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a subpar human being. I think actually I'd specifically send off a poster that's in this room, which is of
Why in
Dalek.
my room? Fuck off! You're like nicking my
I
posters.
don't have any posters.
Don't you know you do?
Okay, actually, I've got a soft toy of an alien
Oh, right. You
in my
send them-
house. I'd send that off. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't. But I'm particularly sentimental with this sort of thing. It's a child thing where I just want to keep as many of my soft toys as I can.
Fair enough.
And
That's all right.
but I've got a lot though.
Well,
But anyway, that's not the point. And my thinking is that if I sent off that alien, then it'd be like they might think if a species does come, people might think that is what a human race look like. Then they'd be really confused and get down and like, what? What? They're not even green. Look at my hoods. They're purple.
well, supposedly aliens are meant to be in the image of what we think they may look like, or what we have seen.
So are you thinking that they will also? What you're saying that these aliens will also think that that's what the stereotypical alien is?
I might just be.
I mean, what if the aliens look like the stereotypical alien? Because then it'd be like,
well, that's what they are. Supposedly aliens.
It's like a self-portrait flying.
There's supposedly the classic idea of like aliens having slightly or large black eyes or whatever that are kind of like
green,
slightly overlay shade eyes and green,
Yeah.
big head and short. That's supposedly in the image of what. Sorry, this is going into what's the word? Sci-fi, Illuminati.
syphilis.
No, it's going into conspiracy kind of things with that.
It's not really conspiracy. It's stereotypes.
Well, no, yeah, but a stereotype.
Stereotypes of things that don't know are there.
A stereotype that came from a potential reality of aliens landing on our planet. What in the past we've.
No, I don't think. No,
You don't think Roswell ever happened
No.
and things like that? No.
No.
I think they did.
No.
No.
That reminds me of a Mitchell and Webb sketch where they're like, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do about these aliens then? Because the first thing we need to do is we need to not tell anyone, because conveniently you have landed somewhere very remote, which is also a well-known secret army base.
So hang on. So what would I? I'm just trying to think of the kind of thing.
Drake?
What would I send to?
I've
the
got an
stars?
idea.
What for me?
Your
Go on.
horse mask.
No, because I like that, and then people.
And that was a present from me.
Which sounds
and
like
George.
well, it sounds like a present to the aliens, and basically I'm going to make them an offer they can't refuse.
Hey, that's good. I wish I'd have come up with that one.
So,
It's really annoying.
What would I send to the alien? To the
Well,
maybe just to the
space.
stars. To the stars. May something. I think that's a hard one.
You've put yourself in a very difficult position by answering the question.
Actually, I had quite a good one. I have, but I don't know why it's sentimental to me. I guess I just think it's an item that's kind of clever.
Okay, what?
it's a
Snow globe?
chance. You're not far off,
Oh,
actually.
really?
It's something to do with, it's a chance that you may get somewhere or may not.
Okay.
And it's all simply on the roll of a dice.
Oh, so you're going to take the dice?
I'd put a dice. A
That's
single.
weirdly symbolic.
I'll put it in there because there's a chance it may be found and there's a chance that they're not.
Although what I will say is if it is found, and the aliens will be like, "Oh, well, this is boring."
Does anybody know how to play poker?
We're just gonna don't say that. We're gonna start quoting Tom Scar
Sorry.
sketches.
Sorry, I shot you down for that earlier. Sorry.
That was brief. 'Cause we just go on forever.
Well, honestly, he's a great comedian.
Shut up, lad. You don't even know how to drink. You're dancing on me. Anyway, go to my.
But I would send a die.
A die.
A die.
I tell them to die,
I'll tell them to die.
and then start an intergalactic war.
There we go.
Yeah, that's. Some people just want to see the world burn.
Well, I'd be ashamed if they just. I don't know. It'd be. Oh god, wouldn't it be like the plot of Pixels, where like we sent
I
up
haven't
like
seen Pixels.
like the plot of like we sent.
Was that
like,
the Adam Sandler film?
Yes. Where
Okay,
we
that's
apparently where we sent up like in a satellite like technology of humanity, and we sent up games like Donkey Kong or whatever, and then the aliens took that as a war threat and produced these creatures as an image of.
Why would you create creatures in the same image as what could be a war threat?
I don't know.
Let's not question Adam Sandler.
Apparently it was a very bad
for
film.
fucking years.
Apparently it was a very bad film.
Yes, it was.
Did you watch it? Oh no, you said you didn't watch it.
I think a mate of mine did.
Oh,
It's the sort of thing where he said he liked it, and I was convinced that it was the sort of thing where, you know, when people say, "Oh, I really," pardon me, they said, "I really want to like it, but I can't." I reckon it kind of went full circle where he said he wanted to like it so much that he did.
He went into denial,
and he just ignored how shit of a film it was. Or he doesn't. Actually, from memory, I don't think he watches very many films, so maybe he just doesn't know what a good film is.
I mean, here's the thought.
Hope he doesn't listen, because
Well, here's
that's
the thought.
quite a damning indictment.
I mean, to be frank, like, for some people, it's a film where like it's either like there are three. One is meant to be a spectacle, a great spectacle of a film. It's meant to either then it's all that you can be sell it. It's a franchising to sell toys, or it's that's pretty much it. Actually, they're the only two things.
Yeah.
It's one is a franchise, or meant to be a spectacle of
cinematography,
and which is what you're doing. Well, we're doing.
sort of.
Well,
Yes.
are you still doing it, or was that
Yeah.
in the end? Yeah, no. What was the one that caused that ended at your? It was the drama, wasn't it?
No, it was production arts, which is behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, but
Yeah, but anyway, do you want to go on to my almost satire? Because
yes, go on then, sure.
somehow in the car, we're already like 50 minutes through, and we're nearly half an hour now.
Jesus.
Where does the time all go?
We have
I'm
no
actually scared.
It's very well. We've only got like a half an hour because apparently, we said that we wouldn't be more than an hour.
Right, so we need to hurry up.
We do need to pick up the pace a little bit. I'm sure.
Now.
Yes.
Recently, this is.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the podcast.
Recently,
Yeah.
a betting company had got this weird advertising campaign. It was very brief on YouTube, and it was called Defender to Contender, and it was 5 seconds. And Defender to Contender coming soon.
So there's a
Well, I
5
had
second
no
ad.
idea what this was.
We could just say 5 second ads.
5 second
are
ad from a betting
conveniently
company. The same as
the skipping option.
Yes, you could- yes,
which
so-
is a clever marketing
yes.
point.
So you think, I wonder what that is. That's a bit weird. I mean, I didn't really care because I don't really use betting companies, but that's not the point. As it turned out, what they've done is that a retired footballer,
Yeah.
Rio Ferdinand,
Okay, I remember this actually now. I think I do remember.
is going to start a professional boxing career, and he's going to be helped by that betting company. Now, as we know, he's going to get completely obliterated, and it's really bad. He probably shouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But this gives me the obvious question: what do you think could be an alternative career for sportsmen? I'm not going to accept like obvious ones like rugby players or MMA fighters could be bouncers. I want something original, something you haven't thought of. For example, one that I thought of straight off the bat is I think triathletes should become on-street salesmen. They're going to sell you the product, and they will go through hell to give it to you.
They'll chase you.
It will chase you through on land and in sea.
You can never get away from them.
No,
You'll never. But
it's like a weird horror movie.
I feel like you should expand that to potentially quadrathlons, which is ones
Quadrathlons?
for people
What are
who
they?
can fly. I mean,
Yeah, because that's a sport.
absolutely.
People that, yeah.
It's called
I'd always
skydiving.
wondered what sort of career I could choose when I started growing wings.
They said the sky was the
They said
limit.
the sky was the limit, and I wanted to be an astronaut.
Actually, it reminds me of this weird. Actually, no, that's another thing. That's all right. But so sport.
So a
people-
kind of unique thing that a sports person could do in I don't want to say the real world because that's really pretentious, but in everyday life.
I mean, I guess this. I mean, for me personally, it could be a segue for me to express how disgusting it is how much footballers get. But that's just a whole other story.
No, that's a whole different thing.
So, I could say,
But
I would like a professional footballer to
work for charity.
yes.
I mean, maybe.
Or
I don't know. At the end of the day, what footballers earn is it's the sort of thing where people were willing to pay how much they think is necessary, and if they've got that money and they're going to give it to them, fine. Probably not the smartest use of it, but go ahead, go wild.
Something's only as worth as you were like. And I actually, before we spoke about this podcast, before we started the podcast, I don't want to teeny rant about how much I hate DLC. But the essence is no. But it's like I'm not going to.
I'm going to have professional footballers working for game companies because then they won't need to put DLC in their games, so they won't need to clamour for money.
Oh god, no! Now you're just going into FIFA territory, frankly. I was just saying my rant about DLC was pretty much like how much it's just discussing what they can get away with. But frankly, DLC, if you think about it, it's what you want. If you think it's worth paying for, and it's a game that you want to invest more money in.
How much you're warping our segments today, Tim?
Is that bad?
Well, yes, I didn't. At the end of the day, what I was talking about DLC, that was.
Sorry, no,
it doesn't need to be in this bit.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I guess it shows I'm scatterbrained.
Very much so. You're scatterbrained, but we're only like one or two things.
But it also indeed shows that I am scatterbrained.
Yay, there you go.
But anyway, so what professional sportsmen that I could believe or I would like to see them.
I think
I like your idea of a salesman,
triathlete. Yeah.
Triathlete salesman.
I think maybe professional cyclists.
Yeah.
Should
postman.
Yes, postman.
Simply post. I'm sure.
Actually, no, I've got a better idea. Milkman.
Milkman.
Be very because you need to be very skilled on a thing because you've got a lot of things to balance.
One-handed.
Cycling milkman, throwing bottles at doors.
I was thinking, I'm surprised that wasn't. Reminds me of Wallace and Gromit. But that's another hole where they had a bread.
They had a bread delivery system,
and they lobbed it.
They lobbed it through like letterboxes.
And it wouldn't even fit, but like that was part of it. Just. So that's a hard one because I'm not a big person for sport. In fact, earlier I protested about how much.
If you can just think of a sport and what you kind of need to do for that.
Well, I thought I'm surprised we can come up with this one.
Well, come on, Tim, spill the beans.
I don't know, just like.
Come on, don't leave us hanging.
Lewis Hamilton simply is a Formula 1 as a driving instructor.
Oh,
it's so boring.
That did not deserve the giggles that you gave it.
What about a crash?
What about a cricketer as a cricket teacher?
No, what about Lewis Hamilton as a police crash investigator?
Maybe that'd be Sebastian Vettel. That was a topical Formula 1 reference.
Oh, you're
not going to get.
You're still doing your clicking thing, Bob.
That was deliberate, you pillock.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have a thing for like picking out people's what's
idiosyncrasies.
Is that the word?
Yeah, things that people do without not unconsciously, but without consciousness.
There's a word that I use.
What's the word you use?
I've forgotten.
Habits.
No.
Idiosyncrasies is the word for it.
There was another one as well. Fuck, I forgot. Never mind.
Never mind. Maybe like chess masters should be doing this podcast instead, so you're not so scatterbrained.
You know what I was thinking? I think chess masters should be able to. Well, that sounds like I'm more.
I think ice hockey players could be personal bodyguards. Actually, no, not personal bodyguards. Better idea. They're decoys. Say if you need to get out of a situation quick. Say if you're in a pub and there's somebody who you don't like. somebody who really likes talking to you.
Yeah.
And it's just so annoying. What you can do is you need to turn around to your ice hockey player friend who's conveniently there and say, cause a bit of a scene, will you? Which they will, because they're an ice hockey player, they will naturally start a fight.
Just they will.
And then you can kind of scurry away.
I like it. I like the idea. The only
This is a new job, but I think there could be good pay in this.
I'm
surprised.
I'm really- I'm sorry,
By the way,
I'm
if you're
really-
going for obvious things, I'm surprised you didn't go Formula One driver for taxi driver. Actually, no, better idea. Not Formula One, touring car.
touring.
Because
Right.
they bump into each other all the time. That'd be amazing.
What about
I'm imagining like New York, yellow taxi.
What about rallycross going across country?
Oh yeah, rallycross. You're going through a
shortcuts?
field.
Don't worry, I know a shortcut. Yeah, sorry, I'm not very good at this one. I think...
Do that for rallycross for train drivers. I know a shortcut. I know.
What about Formula One drivers who train? Because they can't take any shortcuts or racing lines. It's just on the track. And being thrown on.
Going from the track to the track.
Sorry, I don't know. I'm not. I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm not.
No, bus drivers.
I
Because you know
don't-
that situation where you can see the bus at the stop and you're running and you're hoping.
Oh, what about
and you hope that the
professional
bus
cyclists making them into bus drivers? See,
to get calmer. You
maybe
put bus,
just think-
you put bus drivers on bikes and cyclists in buses.
Exactly. Absolutely. Because I used to cycle. I used to cycle a fair lot, but just it is scary going on main roads. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you think, given time limits, do you reckon we should go to our final segment?
Yes, I think we should.
Our final segment is called Bottom of the Alternatives.
Yep, go on then, Karen.
Now, what we do at Bottom of the Alternatives is we take a popular song and we reverse the lyrics,
Yeah.
make everyone the opposite, and hopefully allow you to choose. And that explains the title, because Bottom of the Alternatives is opposite of Top of the Pops.
Which was a British
Puns.
TV show. Which...
I feel like we shouldn't explain it. Explain
Well,
this
no,
British
well,
TV show.
hey, no,
every time.
you explain the other thing as well.
I know, but that's because for people who don't know what the segment is.
No, but England is best.
That's irrelevant to the
Sorry.
Bottom of the Alternative.
Anyway.
Timmy being racist again.
Oh my god, sorry. I'm sorry.
As that reminds me, I was on Twitter earlier and I just saw Britain first on my trending bit.
Oh,
I'm like, no.
No. So
Anyway.
Should I start?
No, I want to go first.
Oh, you want to go first? Fair
This,
enough. Yeah.
Now, this song, I'm not actually... you could get it. I'm not expecting you to. And I've got a solution if you don't know what the song is.
Yes.
But this is more actually going to lead into a little bit of a rant because I don't particularly like this song.
Okay, fair enough.
So, it goes like this.
Go on.
And you got dumber, you got softer after the deadline. Chutney, you fell going...
Chutney.
You fell going life, you never bloody do it. You've got unorganised species, but mine isn't in green, crossed out. You ignore it too many times. Listen, why me... Oh, wait, no, hold on. No.
Oh,
Let's ignore that.
okay. Just say, don't make it too long, because otherwise I'll lose
it was, you ignore it too many times was the final line.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what that bit afterwards was in a second.
So do you want to start again?
Okay, so the first line was, and you got dumber, you got softer after the deadline.
I got smarter. Dumber? Smarter?
Yeah. It's not also.
What was the beginning of it?
And.
Or.
No.
And? Just and in itself?
No.
And, or.
With.
Also?
But.
Alright, but.
I think we have done that opposite before, that's why I
Yeah, okay, fair, so, but I got stronger.
No,
So I got smarter.
yeah. And then you got softer after the deadline.
I got harder.
Yeah, that's... Oh, Tim's going in fully innuendo.
Okay.
Oh, matron, yes. And then after the deadline.
Before the...
This is. I'll be honest. This is me taking a bit of creative liberty.
Or deadline.
After what I put for the opposite is the actual lyric is in the nick of time
In the nick of time.
after the deadline.
Right, I get it, yeah, in the nick of time.
Okay, so next line. Chutney, you fell going
Pickled.
life. No,
I just thought...
I'll be honest. This is okay.
Chutney.
I might.
What is chutney? I forgot what it is.
Yeah,
now.
I can't really remember what chutney is, but I'm going to tell you what this word is. It's honey.
Why?
Because I don't know why. Because somebody once told me when I was younger
Yeah.
that bees made honey
Yeah.
and wasps made chutney.
Right, you were playing like a fool, Frank.
But that's because I didn't know what chutney was.
In the same way that my granddad, who I never knew, told my dad that the phrase is dry as a fish.
Dry as a fish.
So yeah, carry on.
Did he also tell him? Did he also tell him? Oh, it's like boats being pulled into the glass harbour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reference. So honey. You fell going life. You never bloody do it.
I lifted to death, and I always do it.
Okay, this is quite hard. Okay, so you fell going life.
You fell going life.
Yes.
You fell. What's the opposite of fall? Walk.
Okay,
Stay strong.
Falling,
stayed
you're
up,
going down.
going up.
What's the word for going up?
Flying.
No.
Elevator. Escalating.
No. I'll tell you what it is. Because
Soaring.
you fell going life is I rose from the dead.
Baby,
and then you never bloody do it.
I always. What's opposite of bloody? Dry.
No, I did that more to make it kind of funny. I do it all the time. You never bloody do it.
I do it all the time. Fair enough. I don't know this song, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I understand that you wouldn't know the song. So what I did is that the bit I accidentally said afterwards
Yeah.
is the name of the song,
Yeah.
and every word is opposite.
Go on then.
Okay, it's listen, why me destroy you don't.
Don't listen.
No.
Deaf.
No.
Hard of hearing.
No, it's not nothing to do
Hearing
with hearing.
aid?
It's nothing to do with hearing.
Deaf.
It's nothing to do with hearing.
Okay. So say it again.
Listen, why me destroy you don't.
Why you mean destroy me? What?
No, okay. Okay, I'll give you a clue. Listen
Yeah.
is the opposite for listen is look.
Or hear. No, wait.
Or hear.
Smell. No. Smell. Smell.
Smell. Or hear.
Or touch.
Or hear.
Or hear. Say it again.
So the first one is look, and then it's why me destroy you don't.
What's the opposite of why? Why not?
No. Think of other words.
How?
No. You
What?
can't.
When?
Yeah, what?
Well, what?
And then me
You
destroy.
create.
Simple word for create.
Make.
Okay, yeah, it's make, but in the past tense.
Made.
Yes. You.
I. Me.
Yeah, yes, me. Don't.
Do.
You got it.
Why do you make me do?
No, look what you made me do.
Look what made you do.
It's a song from Taylor Swift. And I'm going to have a rant about this song in a second, but we went through the first two lines. The next one is, you've got unorganised species, but mine isn't in green.
Are we going to keep on going? No, don't keep on
No.
going.
I'm just explaining what the other lyrics were.
Okay, yeah.
It goes to, I've got a list of names,
Yeah.
and yours is in red underlined.
What?
And then
I don't know the song, I'm
then
afraid.
you ignore it too many times. Is I check it once, I check it twice. Now, I don't like this song. I really don't like this song. I'll be honest. I've only listened to a bit of it once, and it's awful because there's no melody.
Okay.
The song, it's not a rap song, but it doesn't have a melody.
Is it just words being spoken?
Yeah, it's essentially words being spoken in monotone.
So like how we
The chorus. The reason I've actually got this up is because the whole chorus is just "Look what you made me do." That's the whole chorus,
Look what you made
and it says
me
it like it's not even. Actually, can you just do what you
No,
can
that's
do
a
louder?
different song.
Okay, well, literally,
Look what you made me do. Look what you
yeah,
made
it's
me
basically
do.
literally, look what you made me do. Look what you made me.
Oh,
It's awful.
so it's not a song then, it's just words.
It's just one note. And also, some of the lyrics, some of the songwriting is awful. For example, what this song is meant to be is it's meant to be a kind of it's meant to be kind of well, it's always a breakup song for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But it's one to say, oh, look, I'm stronger now. Look at me. Yeah, I'm not upset. Trust me. I'm not crying. You're crying. And it's meant to be this bit at the end, which is meant to be. You feel like it's meant to be a massive jab at the person who they're singing about.
Yeah.
You know what the word? You know what it is? It's I don't like you.
Oh.
That's really anticlimactic. And also, there's a line in the bridge really makes there's a line in the bridge which goes, "I'll be the actress starring in your bad dreams." That makes no fucking sense. So this person is presumably dreaming of a play where his ex is in the play and is somehow not doing right. It makes no fucking sense. I just hate the song.
I mean, I'm not a big. I mean, I was a friend of mine recently gave me like a lecture on what pop songs really mean. It's not necessarily like there's a set like style. It's just whatever song becomes big at the time. That's why you have so many different.
And this wasn't really a style though. It was just
It was just
pressing the keyboard once and
Fair
going,
right.
"Oh, this sounds all right."
fair enough. They just chose a note they liked and stuck with it. So
Yeah. Now
I guess mine is very simple in comparison, very short. And I'm
Okay.
sure you'll get it.
Well, mine was only 4 lines.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's just there just happened to
Quite
be a
long.
lot packed
Oh.
into them.
So mine is simply I have not been walking,
I have not been walking.
crashing on the moon,
Crashing on the moon.
listening in letter A.
What? What?
Listening in letter.
Listening in letter A.
Yeah. Peckham, there
Oh, Peckham's back.
Peckham, there I go. Left front when I finish at.
Left front. Hold on. So okay.
Left front where I finish it. Finish at.
Well, Peckham. Didn't you say that the word Peckham is New York?
Not this time.
Oh, it's different.
It's a new one. I couldn't think of a.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna.
Do you know what I'd say? You know when I changed New York to Peckham?
Yeah.
This place is even less Peckham.
Okay. Paris.
No.
Actually, okay. Go through.
Maybe
the
not less, but like.
go through the whole the lyrics again. 'Cause I'm gonna write them down myself and try and work them out.
I have not been walking.
I have not been walking, so I've been running.
Yep.
Okay, so I've been actually I'm gonna write the opposite.
You'll get
So
it. Do you know what it is already? To be honest,
no,
do you know
to
what
be
it
honest,
You really
it
don't?
seems familiar.
I have not been walking.
I've been running.
Crashing on the moon. No, I have not been walking.
I've been running. And then
No, I.
You've been running.
Yeah. Or another one.
We've been running.
Yeah, now you know it.
We've been running. No, I don't. We've been running, crashing on the moon.
Yeah. Oh,
Crashing?
yeah.
Flying?
Maybe crashing was not entirely right.
Sailing?
I think maybe that was quite a hard one.
You might as well just tell me that you went for that.
Riding.
Riding.
Maybe I could have done falling off.
Riding
falling on the moon.
we'd be running, riding at the stars on the.
Crashing on the moon. Riding
the Earth. Riding on Earth. We've been riding.
Oh no! Wait, no.
Oh, have you done it wrong?
No, crashing is right.
Oh,
I'd say crashing is pretty good for opposite.
is it still riding then?
No, it's driving.
Driving?
Yeah.
Driving to the stars?
Crashing on the moon.
Is it on opposite?
Well, yeah.
Driving off the Earth. Driving off the world.
No, opposite. I tried to say it. It's like
Driving
in the sun.
Driving in the sun? In the sun?
Yeah.
I don't know this song. Driving.
I have not been walking, crashing on the moon.
We've been running. Driving in the sun. I mean, frankly, that sounds dangerous.
Oh, fuck that. Oh, no.
Have you got the lyrics wrong?
I might have done.
Oh, dear. This is bound to happen someday.
Oh no.
Driving in the sun. Okay, hold
Well,
on. Tell me the next lyric. See if I can work it out from there.
Listening in letter A.
Hearing? Because you said that listening isn't looking.
Yes.
So it's hearing?
Yeah.
So it's
in
hearing.
letter A. Listening in letter A.
So hearing. Also, by the way, hearing is not the opposite of listening. Just saying.
Being deaf.
Yeah.
Would you like to know what the song
No,
is?
no,
Okay.
no.
Listening in letter A.
Is in opposite.
Fuck, I don't know. I've really forgotten the lyrics. Like, it's easy to get these
Listening
lyrics
to
from.
hearing the number one.
Yeah.
We've been running, driving in the sun, hearing the number one.
Peckham, there I go.
It's definitely Here I Come.
How did you not know that song? How do you not know it?
No, look, I had this with Valerie a couple of weeks
How
ago.
did you not know? Granted, I didn't know your one. Things are, your songs are quite modern. Mine are kind of slightly earlier.
If I work out
2000.
what the opposite of Peckham is, it's not Paris.
Yeah.
LA?
Yeah. Where's LA? Where's Los Angeles?
California.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck!
Now you know it.
No, I don't. California, Here I Come.
We've been on the run, driving in the sun. I think it might be either listening or listening to number one.
Listen to number one.
Peckham, there I go. Left front when I finish.
Right back where...
Right, so left, right.
Right, I thought back.
Back front.
Right back.
Where
I started.
When.
Where I started.
Where we
started from.
From, as an at.
I don't know the song. Is that what it's called?
California, here we come. Right back
Who's it
where
by?
we started from.
Tim, who's it by?
I fucking no idea, because I did it on the fly.
Hold on. Do you know?
I did it on the fly.
Do you know
Shit, if I know the band, it's probably some American teenagers.
Hold on. So Tim, hold on. Do you know the title of the song?
Probably California, here we come.
I've got to Google this now.
I'm sure you'll know it. It has it's a really good song. It's a song that I absolutely adore.
Okay, well, I mean, I haven't got it clearly, but
Right
right
back where we started from.
California.
California.
Oh,
I've just realised this entire conversation.
Tom Scott made a reference to this in one of his in his things. He goes, California, here we come.
What gets me is right. I've realised this entire conversation. I've completely forgot about the podcast. That people just. I wouldn't have done that awful imitation of singing if you know.
Well, you're so unself-aware that you thought.
People are going to realise I'd sung. Oh no! Because I tried to legit try to sing there, kind of. Well, not 100%, but like, let's just say I'd probably better go back to my. Actually, no, I don't even want to go back to art.
Be
now.
like California.
California.
California, here Gollum comes.
All right, so you can't put it onto the podcast because we'll get done for copyright.
No, I'm not, but I'm just googling it. Here we come.
Yeah. It's quite hard to find because there are obviously quite a lot of songs about California and LA and all that jazz.
When I first said California, the first thing that came into mind was something about Katy Perry, and I'm like, wait, no,
No.
not at all.
Just say,
Oh dear, my.
should we carry on doing the research? Because I do need a wee. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I really just need a wee.
I mean, I do. Look. The thing is, we're only going to have to do an outro. So we might as well do an outro now, and we will.
What's the outro going to be?
Well, we just say. If you know what this song is, let us know in a review or a comment on whatever podcast provider you may be listening to. That me and Tim are now going to go and have a piss, preferably in separate rooms.
Toilets.
So Tim,
Just toilets, not rooms.
it's toilet.
You're not pissing in my bedroom.
I mean, I did that earlier. I don't know. You didn't seem to mind.
What?
Anyway, on that note, Tim, say goodbye.
I'm worried now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.